do and how you make the world better.
Well, I'm a registered dietitian, and my specialty is geriatrics. I work at a lot of long-term care facilities, and I just love my job. I have a great boss.
So she's going to be helping me soon, geriatrics and long-term care.
Well,
I'm a few years from there, but
based on just a couple of cases that I know of recently where they were, rehabbing and lost 25, 30 pounds in less than a month and a half. Nutrition's really important.
It is important.
I bet you're not at this particular place that I was hearing the story.
It's definitely a problem, that's for sure.
Because you figure older people have special needs and there's nutritional problems and everything else, especially when they've been living on their own and then hurt something and then they have to, there's like that whole, we need to add vitamins back into your system.
Yeah, they need to just eat usually. And
yeah.
Can be a challenge for a lot of them.
Yeah. You figure if you're making dinner for 4 or 5 people and all of a sudden you're only making dinner for 1, why bother? I'll just have popcorn again tonight.
Well, that's like when your kids go, because I have 3 kids and I have 2 that moved out and now I have 3 and then 1 just moved back in. I'm all messed up for cooking. I'm telling you, because you don't know how much, you never know. And is she going to be home? Is she not? So
yeah, I made dinner. You're not here.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's right.
You're eating leftovers now.
Or a lot of them are too weak and frail, or they have bad backs. They can't stand up and prepare their own foods. And so a lot of them are pretty malnourished when they come in.
Well, and like my mom, because she's almost 80, she'll open up a can of soup before she would make something. Because it's just easier. Why? Yeah. She doesn't want to do the dishes. She doesn't want to have to worry about it. Yeah. So and those are not good. So, I mean, they're okay now and then, but not for every meal.
Not a steady diet of them.
No. So, a lot of salt and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Cindy comes in and saves the day.
Gets
them back on
Try
track.
Try to.
So, you want to know about my week?
Yes. How'd the week go for you, Don Brandon?
Busy. But aren't we all? I mean, it's the time of year, right?
Fourth quarter hits, and all of a sudden, there's fire underneath people.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going. But I got to tell you a funny story. Okay, so I have these stupid chickens, right? So
I thought they were very smart chickens.
Well, they are. But they are. Of course they are. I'm training them.
We don't want to be offensive to the chicken lovers out there.
I know. Yeah. They'll be sending me emails. Anyway, so these chickens, I ran out of chicken food, so I had to go to Coastal Farm and Feed. Is that the name of it? Okay, so I went to Coastal. Now, of course, I'm totally out of my element because you guys know. You
didn't buy them horse feed, did you?
No, I didn't. But it's funny because I pull in
cowboy boots,
and I drive my car in, and there's trucks everywhere. Okay, for number one, I'm wearing heels, and I go walking into a farm place. I felt a little out of place, so I tried to pretend like I know what I'm doing. Right? I had no idea where the chicken feed was. I had to walk through the whole store, up and down aisles of stuff that I had. There's stuff for cows, sheep.
Meanwhile, all the guys in there are just like, let her be lost. I like watching her walk.
I felt so stupid. Finally, I found the chicken feed, and of course, I didn't have a cart. So I had to go up and get a big cart because it's a big giant, and I'm trying to lift it and put it on the cart, and people were walking by kind of laughing. And anyway, I finally got the chicken feed and left, but it was kind of funny because it's amazing how you feel out of your element when it's something completely new, but I thought it was kind of funny because... I was with all these cowboys everywhere. Totally not me, but anyway, the chickens are happy because they have food now.
Good.
Yay!
I know.
Do you have any stories of the week? I know you weren't prepared for that question, but I just thought I'd ask.
Let's see. Well, we had a great win last night. On the
the
great
Ducks.
game.
Yeah, totally.
Nice when the game's over in the first 17 minutes.
I know.
And that's what all the commentators were saying, too. Well, they're not coming back. That's over.
I mean, they weren't even talking about the game the second half at all.
No. There wasn't any point in it.
They were on to something else.
Oh, my gosh. My husband's birthday yesterday. We go to Red Lobster, take all the kids, all their boyfriend, girlfriends. We go there, and we have to sit in the bar so we can watch the game. So we're sitting in the bar. He's watching the game. We're like, so happy birthday, haha, and talking and stuff. And he's watching the game. He's all focused. And then one guy came in and changed the channel. And he's like, he changed the channel. And the waitress saw it. So she changed it back. She was like, I don't know why he changed that channel. But anyway, so we sat in the bar the whole night and watched the game.
Yep.
So that was his birthday. Could have done that at home for cheaper.
The nice part is that it wasn't at 7:30 at night.
Yeah, that's true.
It was over by 9. I was like,
my
thank
gosh.
goodness.
Well, it was over in 17 minutes.
Well, yeah. Actually, we were watching recorded television at some point. We'll check back and see if we've scored 100 yet. Because that's what they were saying after that first quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're going to hit 100.
Yep. Yeah, sad. That's sad, though.
Good for us, sad for them.
Well, yeah.
So Colorado's next.
Yes.
at home. Will you guys be there for that?
Yes.
I'll be there.
Yes, you will be.
I know. You're going to come visit me? Are you?
Yes.
Yay.
Poor Dawn. She's
I know.
back there manning
I'm working it.
What is it? The football toss or?
Yeah, they do the football toss and the football kick, and us and the dance team are back in there, taking
Slaving
care of
away.
the stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Part of the whole Mashkovsky Center experience, right?
Yes. Yes. We're so lucky
is.
next to the beer garden with all the drunk guys.
Oh. But it shouldn't
So.
be too bad because the next game's at noon.
Yes, I love it when it's at noon or 3. But when they do that 7:30 stuff, it just kills me because you don't get out of there until 11, 12 o'clock. It's terrible. Terrible.
Or
And then
1
all
in
the
the morning.
traffic. All
Yeah.
the traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes,
not good.
It's bad.
So go Ducks.
Yeah, let's go to.
Go Beavs. Beavs are playing this week, right?
Yes, they are.
That's probably the game I watch tomorrow. Oh, I saw that. Dirty look. What's up?
What?
Look like a dirty look? No? Okay.
It's at 7:30.
Is
7:30 for the
Oh,
beat.
good.
Oh,
Good,
no,
I like
that was
that.
Alex
Is
piping
it on
in.
ESPN since they're 8th in the nation again?
No,
Thank
I like to
goodness.
have it from game day at 7 a.m. till I go to bed at night. Well, I
We'll
got
have
that
it
from my
on. That doesn't
husband.
mean we're sitting there watching the whole thing.
Right, exactly.
You just like the noise.
Well, it
So
depends
there's
on the game.
excitement.
Usually I like to
There's
watch Sports
excitement.
Center or what is it? Game day to see what the hot games are. And then
So do you guys like baseball?
no.
Yeah, I do.
Takes too long to pitch. Plus, I play softball, and you start with a 1-1.
I like.
One strike, one ball.
You
I
like
like
it?
professional baseball about this time of the year. That's when I watch it
Yeah. Yeah.
because the series will be starting soon.
Ah.
Yeah, very soon. So,
Basketball?
some.
College.
Yeah?
College.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
March Madness.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. I've always liked basketball. I've always kind of liked that. But I've got a pumpkin patch story if you guys want to hear it. It's kind of funny.
Sure.
It seems like everybody's been out at the pumpkin patch. I think
I
Cindy and
know.
Fred were out at the pumpkin
No.
patch.
Well, it was
My
swamped.
husband was.
Oh, you weren't there.
No, thank goodness. I
Oh,
was
it's
not
crazy.
there.
Did he tell you that the parking is like wild?
Well, he went on a Wednesday to get pumpkins for this fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Spectacular.
Spectacular. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, anyway, he
didn't have
had
any
them all in the
problems?
back of his car or his truck, not in the back of his car. They were all muddy. No, he didn't have any problem.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Don
Yeah.
Brandon, being a newbie out there, apparently had more than one
Well-
surprise
Well,
along
we went
the way.
We went out there. Peyton decided to go with me, my daughter, who's 21. We get out there, and we're so excited because we saw the hayride. Oh, yay, the hayride! So we go and jump on the hayride, and the lady, we're so embarrassed because it's full, and we're like the last two, and she's like, "Well, we need your ticket. Did you get your ticket?" And we're like, "Oh, we didn't know we had to have a ticket." So we jumped off the hayride, all embarrassed, and she said, "Well, we'll wait for you if you want to go buy a ticket." And then come back. And so we thought, when we got to the ticket booth, we're like, we'll just walk out. It's right down there. So we just kept walking and went down to the pumpkin patch to get pumpkins. Well, lo and behold, we didn't know you had to have a wheelbarrow because it's kind of uphill. So we see, we're like looking at everybody with these wheelbarrows. Oh my gosh, we should have got one. So there's one sitting there, and Peyton goes, Peyton's so cute, and she's like, "Oh, here's one abandoned." So we grab. I go, "Well, grab it then," So she starts pushing along, and this man yells from across the pumpkin patch, "Hey, you're jacking my wheelbarrow!" And so we're like, "Oh my gosh," I know, we were so embarrassed.
Please,
so we're
help.
like, "Oh my gosh," we're like, "We are so sorry," we're so sorry. We didn't, we thought it was abandoned. He goes, "No, go ahead and just keep it." He said, so we got to keep it. So then we find our pumpkins after like 45 minutes of tromping around in the mud, and we're all muddy and stuff, and we get the pumpkins, put them in there. One's big, tall, and two round, fat ones. And the wheelbarrow that we had jacked had only one wheel. So we had to go uphill through gravel. And so we're like pushing. Well, it kept flipping over, and the pumpkins would roll out. We'd have to go get them every 10 feet. So we had to abandon the large pumpkin. Okay, we had to leave it behind on the side of the road because there's no way we're going to make it.
Someone
so
will pick it up.
I know. So we get all the way to the top. This is like forever. We're sweating like pigs. And we get to the top, and we walk by the line for the hayride and realize we had totally cut in front of like 100 people that were waiting in line to get on the hayride, and we just jumped right on without tickets. So we were so embarrassed. Anyway, so we finally got our pumpkins paid for, went out front and grabbed another one, since, a smaller one that, and paid and left. But it was so funny because, hey, you jacked my wheelbarrow.
Well, and I'll bet You aren't the only people that have done that.
Oh, no.
But
I'm
that
sure.
explains all the cars in the lot now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a phone call. We have a caller. Go ahead and put on your headphones.
Headphones. Otherwise, we can't hear the caller.
Oh, and I can't.
Anyway.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
This is just Julianne. Who is this?
Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
So why are
guys
you
having
bothering
fun
us?
today?
Why are you bothering us? We're trying to do a show.
You know me, I always want to tell you to do something.
I know, I'm just teasing you. So you called in specifically to talk about something, and you want to go ahead?
Well, I actually have two somethings to talk about.
Nice. Okay, go.
I'm making today National Awareness Day.
Okay.
It's National Awareness Day to don't leave your loved ones in a pinch. If you have an accident or an illness, you need to have your medical advance directive, your limited power of attorney, and a will just in case.
You're right.
That's right.
Very true.
Right.
Totally correct.
Totally correct. It's just a public awareness.
And
Like,
if you do it after you need it, it's too late.
Yes.
yeah, it's a little too late after the fact.
It's a good way to take care of your family by having
So
all
you're
those
saying
things in
it's
place.
it's the day or the week awareness?
Well, I'm calling this a National Month Awareness.
National Awareness Month. Okay.
Oh, okay. And do you want to tell us who you're with?
I'm Julianne Harris. I'm with the Legal Shield.
Oh, yes.
And what does Legal Shield do, Julianne?
Legal Shield is a monthly membership wherein it's just like health insurance. If you need to go to the doctor because you have a broken leg, your health insurance pays for it. Same thing with Legal Shield. If you need to talk to an attorney, you don't have to make a financial decision because you have a Legal Shield in place, just like your car insurance. If you have an accident, your car insurance takes care of it. If you have a legal problem, your Legal Shield plan takes care of it.
You know, Julianne, my husband did real estate years ago, and when we lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and he always had Legal Shield, and it was recommended by the realtors where he worked, just because you need to dot all your I's and cross your T's in that type of business. So it was always really good for him, and he actually, had got some really good advice on several situations and guidance on how to handle them. So
Right.
It is awesome. It really is.
Thank you. I've been a Legal Shield member since 1995, and I've been an in-home agent since 1999. So I come with more of a consumer hat on when I talk with people about protecting their legal rights and accessing an attorney. Most people have to make a financial decision when they've got that gut feeling in their stomach that something isn't right. And if they've got to spend money to figure it out, they're likely not to call an attorney because attorneys are expensive.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are.
So my point is just let people know is less than what you spend on a cup of coffee a day. The basic plan is as little as $17 a month. So that's not even a candy bar a day, right? 56 cents a day. Access your legal rights. I was having a conversation in one of my networking groups yesterday, and we were talking about if you had an illness or an accident today where you were incapacitated and you didn't, the hospital didn't know what your medical wishes were, they would take extreme measures, chest breaking, tube intubation, all that to keep you alive. If that's not your wishes, you better get them in writing what your wishes are. So I just wanted to do a public service awareness.
Oh,
Yay.
well, thank you. And if somebody wants to contact you, Julianne, how can they get a hold of you?
Julianne'sWebsite.com.
That's easy enough.
Isn't that great?
Say it again.
Julianne'sWebsite.com. Julianne'sWebsite.com.
You want to spell it out one more time?
JuliAnne with a little S on there. Website.com.
Awesome.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you so much for calling in, Julianne. We love you.
You too. Have a rocking day.
Have a great
Alrighty.
weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, and I just want to clarify, Legal Shield has plans for the individual as well as a business. So you could have your business needs taken care of. And I would think in today's world, whether you're a business or anything, any kind of service you provide, you never know when something unexpected might happen. And that's a really affordable way of taking care of any issue that might come up. And with the individual, I believe the policy comes with the opportunity to get a will.
Yeah, you do. You get a will. Oh, we have another. Do we have another caller? Yeah. We have another caller.
What?
Okay.
2 in a row?
Wow. Usually it's a wrong number, so I'm
It's probably somebody wanting
pleased.
prize. Hello, caller.
Hey,
Are
did
you
I win the
there?
Lady Gaga tickets?
Huh?
Did I win the Lady Gaga tickets?
Yes, you did. Yes,
Oh,
you
I
did.
did?
no, it's the wrong station, hon. I don't know what number you're calling, but this isn't the right one.
Well, then if it's, how about a pizza? Can I get a pizza?
Sorry, no pizza.
You know who that is.
No, I don't.
Hey, you know, I'm listening to this, and that Dawn girl, she's kind of sounds kind of sexy.
Well, thank you. Thanks. And that I am.
Can we go out on a date?
Sure. Who is this?
Who is this?
It sounds like
Is it Fred?
no. It
Fred,
sounds like
not
a
Fred.
neighborhood pharmacist.
Who is it?
Fred the pharmacist?
No.
I played with drugs before, but never as a pharmacist.
Oh my gosh, is this Kevin?
No.
Who is it?
I don't know, but I think I want to go out with you.
It is Kevin. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm
Obviously
just
trying to
calling
break
in
up your
say hi.
marriage.
Seeing if I
All
can
right.
get some Lady Gaga tickets.
Lady Gaga. Yes, you won.
First,
I won.
You won.
front
Yes,
row.
you're the
Front
winner.
row. And you get backstage passes with her too.
And it's
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Don's
wow.
backyard with eggs.
Yeah, and you know what? You get to travel to Europe as well.
Okay, be careful. You're going to have all kinds of callers.
Don't I?
Andrew,
Love you, Dawn.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my
So our prank caller turns out to be a prank on
Andrew.
us.
It was Andrew from A Plus Express Towing. That's who it was. Yes,
And he's trying to break up your marriage.
I know.
They
Okay,
don't even
Andrew,
have
we're
our-
going out on a
They don't
date.
even have our phone number here.
Yeah, but the guys have a tendency to listen to our show quite a bit, so.
They're all pranksters over there. Seriously. Oh yeah, every single one of them. Every single one. So, yep, doesn't surprise me. But at least I have a date.
Good. Good.
I'm going to tell your husband. Because I like Mike, and he just had a birthday.
I know. After 24 years of marriage, throwing it away for a tow truck driver. Yes,
You guys.
I know.
Guys.
Got to give him crap.
So, we started this show as a focus on local companies, local everything you can imagine, and we have a local author with us
Yes, we
today.
do.
So, in a couple of minutes after our break, we're going to bring on Jacob Larson, who's a local author and has written a book. And I've already halfway through the first book. What was the second book? It's the second book? The second book. It's awesome. Lots of stories. And he also started a show this week, actually Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock, you can listen to Jacob Larson. And so when we get back from our commercial break, we're going to have him on live and local. And I think that's really
Yay!
exciting. I can hardly wait.
I know.
He's a lot of fun to talk to. We've met a couple times. So anyway.
Perfect.
So when we get back,
to
we'll
it.
be talking to Jacob.
Have you ever locked your keys in your car? Have you ever run out of gas? Have you ever tried to start your car and it wouldn't? We can help. A Plus Express Towing is Eugene's premier towing company. When you call us, you will be greeted with a kind and friendly dispatcher. This friendly feeling will continue throughout your entire A Plus Express towing experience. All our drivers are professional, wear a uniform that includes their name, and they will treat you and your car with care. Our trucks are all painted in the same blue and silver colors with our A Plus Express Towing logo. Visit our website at aptowing.com. You will see us all over town in one of our 8 tow trucks. When you have an emergency or need a tow, call A Plus Express Towing immediately and we will take care of you and your vehicle. Our phone number is 541-686-0044. That's 541-686-0044.
Hello, this is Lisa King, and I work for the J. Thayer Company. We're an Oregon-based, family-owned office supply company with over 25,000 items available in our priced catalog. The catalog's huge. It weighs over 5 pounds. There's 1,400 pages, so you'll definitely find items that those other stores don't carry. Plus, we at the J. Thayer do our marketing in Oregon. So think J. Thayer. Think local. Call Lisa King at 541-554-2137. That's 541-554-2137. Oh, and the J. Thayer Company will deliver your order direct to your business next day, free with a $45 order. We're the largest independent office supply in Oregon, so help the economy, help the bottom line. Call J. Thayer and Lisa King.
Do you miss the personal touch of an old-fashioned pharmacy?
Remember how they took the extra time to get to know you?
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Jeannie Marr, and we own River Road Health Mart Pharmacy.
You can expect great service, low prices, short wait times.
And a smile.
Can't come to us? No worries.
River Road Health Mart Pharmacy delivers.
Transferring your prescription is easy.
Call 541-636-3522. That's 541-636-3522.
Or stop by at 884 River Road in Eugene.
We're River Road Health Mart Pharmacy.
And we're back with the real ladies of Lane County and Lucky Day, also with Jacob Larson, who is a local author, and he has a book out called Common Sense from a Common Man, The Common Man's Guide to Creating Money. Sounds very interesting. I'm halfway through it, and I'm really enjoying it.
You like it?
I do.
That's good.
It looks like it's a quick read, which is nice.
And it's point by point, things that maybe don't come straight to your mind when you're thinking, how do you get rich? How do you make money? What do you do?
How to create money, yeah. Put yourself in a position to actually receive money.
What cracks me up is how many seminars out there are buy my seminar, buy my book, buy my whatever. And he makes all the money on all the people trying to figure it out.
Right.
And you get right to the nut in the very beginning of it.
You got to utilize the stuff that you have available.
Exactly.
The things that, you currently can do. And those things vary from person to person. People have different contacts, different skills, different personalities. All those things you have to pull from to develop something that's going to work and create money for you.
It reminds me of the nursery rhymes, where if only you can get a hold of the three, beans, the magic beans, then everything will be set. And then, of course, all things go crazy, and it never ends up being the way you think it's going to be.
No, and I don't.
And it's hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work to get you there, and putting yourself into it.
I don't buy the the get rich quick type of stuff where one thing works for everybody type of thing. It
doesn't work.
I never have. You have to tailor it to yourself.
Right.
And there's lots of things that people can do that they just don't think about. They're just not thinking about it. So that's why I wrote the book the way I did.
Well, and it could be something that they've thought about, but they just don't apply it. It might be something like sometimes you have that aha moment, and that that's something like nutrition as an example. You're supposed to eat healthy, but it's like, do we? It's kind of in the back of our minds that we're supposed to eat those vegetables, but some people just don't want to do it, or don't know how or whatever.
Well, I think where we were going earlier in our conversations, Jacob, was a lot of people, it doesn't occur to them that if you can't find a full-time job, you have 2 or 3 part-time jobs. You do what you need to do.
Yeah, create your own work. I mean, you're not going to wait for. I mean, you can fill out applications. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and you can try to look for employment, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think people, regardless of whether or not you're working a 40-hour work week job, I think you should try to develop something on the side on your own that you can use later on to supplement your income. Worst case scenario. I mean, I saw an investment or financial advisor at one time, and she was, or I had read an article of a financial advisor, and she was teaching people who are already retired how to supplement their income. And one of the things that she was doing was teaching them to utilize the money that they currently have coming in to develop other ways of making money on their own, setting them up basically in little small businesses, so they could supplement their income. And I read the article and I thought, that's great, but why aren't we teaching people to do that when they start out? I mean, you can go to college and get a degree and get a job and stuff like that, but you're still looking at a 30, 40, 50-year stretch before retirement. So, I mean, if you can knock 10, 15 years off of that by creating something on the side that's going to generate a little bit of money, why not? And then worst case scenario, I mean, like you said, I mean, you start something small, it goes through the roof. Next thing you know, you're working full time for yourself and you don't need a job. I mean, that's the potential of what could take place. So.
Well, and I'm surprised how many people in my lifetime, and I just turned 48 on Monday, don't understand interest on stuff. I can't tell you how many people in college, I was like, I know the minimum's only $10, but since you racked it up, now it's $500. That's still only 10%.
Right.
And you're only paying back this much, which means, if you do the math, it's like in 48 years, you will have paid off this $5,000.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the 18-year-olds look at me like going, huh? Can you say compounding? Whatever you don't pay, they get to charge you again for. What?
Keeping your expenses low, is another really big thing. I mean, I always try to, I'm talking to people about money. It's like, what can you trim off? What's the absolute basic essentials you need in order to live and get by? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can trim out of there that you just simply don't need. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that money, if you have that, by doing that, you're going to create a little bit of plus money, and you're not going to necessarily spend that on entertainment and stuff like that, but you're going to use that money to create something with it, something that's going to generate money for you.
Your seed money.
Right.
So how did you end up in a position where you thought, I'm going to write now 2 books? This is your second book.
I owned a commercial cleaning business for 15 years, and I ended up having multiple different employees, and what I saw was a pattern of behavior that was fairly consistent with all the employees that came through my door. And so I found myself in a position where I was talking to them about their personal life, trying to help them out in their personal life, just so I could get them to do the job, in the way that it needed to be done. And so I wrote the first book. The first book started with an employee memo.
And what's the name of the first book?
Common Sense from a Common Man, One Man's Opinions on Life's Common Conflicts. And it's literally, I wrote an employee memo, and I sent it out to my employees, basically saying, hey, you know what? Okay, you work for me, but it's only because it works for you. And I realize this isn't the end-all, be-all, cure-all for what you want to do in your life, but it is a stepping stone. So while you're here, I need you to do your job.
What a concept.
Yeah. Okay. And then if you want to do something bigger, greater, and whatever, more power to you. Wish you the best of luck. But while you're here, I need you to do your job. So it started out like that, and then I just kind of expanded on how to be a friend and how to be a good parent, and different things like that in the first book, and thinking that I was going to hand them a book and say, here, read this and go away, so I wouldn't have to have this conversation. But actually what happened was just the opposite, and I ended up getting into more conversations, and the second book kind of came out of that, just talking to people about what I was doing, and I even being a business owner, I didn't just wait and take, what I was doing as that was all I'm going to do. I try to develop stuff on the side.
It's a journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And you want as many things going as you possibly can to, shorten that term, that 30, 40, 50-year stretch that everybody's staring at, before retirement.
Well, I always thought the cool thing was, I know that my dad did not enjoy what he did that supported our family when I was young. He was working for a paper mill, and his job was to watch the chips on a conveyor belt, make sure that it didn't get stuck. That's amazing that somebody gets paid 8 hours a day to do that.
That's an exciting job.
But talk about boring.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time that there was a problem and he had to do anything was when it stopped, and he had to push a button so somebody knew that somehow it got plugged up somewhere and they needed to fix it. It wasn't even him that got to run out there to fix it. He sat in that chair waiting for it to go again. He hated his job.
Yeah, and
absolutely hated it, but he got the job done, and we were fed and went to school and became productive people.
And that's the thing too. I mean, people say, well, love what you do and you'll be successful and stuff like that. And absolutely, there's nothing wrong with getting into something that you absolutely enjoy doing and you love to do, and ultimately that's of course where you want to end up.
But that's not where you start.
But at the end of the day, okay, you have to start somewhere, okay, and you don't have to like what you do, you just have to do it. And you need to do it until you have developed something else on the side that you like to do.
Well, and life doesn't always turn out the way you want it to either. I remember having a conversation with somebody 20 years ago that said that, everybody that he knew all wanted to be in forestry. I don't know where they were from, but was like, we want to be in the forest. We want to see the animals. We want to be a forester. And so, he went and got his degree in forestry, and then come to find out it was the baby boomers. So everybody wanted to be a forester, and like 2 out of every 100 actually got a job. The rest of them were stuck with this wonderful, expensive forestry degree and no forest to play in.
Great.
So they had to figure out something else. And I'm kind of amazed now how many people I hear that spent, $300,000, got their degree, can't find a job. There's no jobs in that. Or it's fluctuating, changing, and they need other skills they don't have.
And that's a good example of a reason why you need to develop other things, other areas in your life where you're bringing in revenue.
Yeah. And I know that when I first started my first job as a registered dietitian, I would have never thought that 30 years later I'd be working in long-term care. I mean, you never know where the path is going to take you. So you just have to be open to all kinds of opportunities and take what you take what comes on. And
it's fun and exciting, especially when you're developing something on your own and something that's for you. I mean, there really is an excitement about it. So,
well, and for me, I work several jobs. I'm constantly. I do. I work 3 different jobs. I'm involved in every networking thing you can imagine. I'm go,
Yes,
but I
you
wouldn't
are.
change anything because I'm not bored. I am not bored at all. And, working for my husband at PI Graphics and developing a business there on the side with promotional products and screen printing and embroidery, and then doing 2 other jobs where I work for other people where I'm marketing rep, and then I help at A+ Express Towing 2 days a week. I mean, I vary everything, but I love it because I am never bored, and that's the worst thing for me is to be idle. I have to stand when I'm down here because I got to be moving. So it works for me, and I'm happy, and again, developing my business on the side.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's saying. And my husband has always been an entrepreneur. He's never worked for anybody else. There's always businesses that we've started. Have they all failed or have they all been successful? No, 50-50. But you know what? We're chance takers, we're risk takers, and we love it. And that's how we live our life. And some people can't do that. Some people can't. They just like their little, same old thing every day. I have a neighbor
there's a lot
that's
out there
way.
that think they can't,
Yes.
and they simply haven't been presented with the opportunity, or they simply haven't had that light bulb go off in their head that makes them realize, who they are and what the potential they have. And I see more people like that than anything. They have the potential. They're really good at what they do on their job, and they could learn more. They could expand. They could do things out of the box. But for whatever reason, they have this deep-seated fear inside of them. They're afraid of the unknown, and they don't even take a step, and that's a sad thing. I think it's really sad.
I have to agree, and I see a lot of people that are that way. They're stuck in the same job, and that's something I couldn't do.
Yeah.
I could not do it. It's always, what's the next adventure? I mean, that's how I look at it. Is you got to have those adventures, and I never say no. It's like, just go for it. Let's just do it. You know.
Well, and it's better to try and fail because you're probably going to learn more anyway than it is to not try at all. And I think what's what you're saying, there's that attitude of I'm not going to try because I don't want to fail. I just
Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot of that out there, and truthfully, it can be fun and it can be an exciting thing if you treat it as, hey, this is just what I'm going to do, and
that's where all the fun comes in. Actually, those are where the great stories are at the end of the day.
Yeah, a lot of great stories.
So, is there anything particular you want to pull out of this to feature as far as, hey, you need to buy this book? And
I think that seriously, it's a great beginner book for people that need to get the basics down. I mean, obviously, once you finish reading that book, you're going to want to read other books because that book encourages reading because it's one of the number 1 things that people fail to do.
That's chapter 2, develop a reading habit.
If you want to learn about something, if you want to develop something, if you want to create something of your own, you have to learn about it, the ins and outs of it. So some of that's going to be trial and error, but we have access to the internet, and it's a wealth of information. So you can literally spend hours gleaning knowledge from the internet to do what you want to do.
Well, and we had a conversation earlier, and I was saying that I had this 1948 really pretty rundown house that needed a lot of things, and I knew nothing about plumbing. But the nice part is I was taking apart the plumbing that already existed. I knew I was going to put in a dishwasher, so that meant that I was going to be putting in another hose. I mean, it really wasn't that hard. You take it apart, you go down to Jerry, say, this is what I want to do. They say, these are your options. I go, okay, I can cut that because I have a hacksaw or whatever. You got the glue, you got the tape, you put it together, it doesn't leak. Nice.
There you go.
I've got a dishwasher.
And you saved yourself money.
A ton.
So then you take the money that you would have spent on that and you put it towards something you're going to create.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then, like, you had a story where you were saying that you went and did it on the internet. Figured it out on the internet.
I had problems with a carburetor. I had we got some 3-wheelers and carburetor went bad, and I watched a 10-15 minute video and rebuilt it myself, saved myself a couple $100.
Times 3 machines.
Times 3 machines, yeah.
That's exactly what my husband does. We had a Chevelle Super Sport, and the engine went out. The engine blew up. He needed to replace the engine. He went and got one of the books, the books about car, everybody has those books, and took the engine out, put another one in. It took him 6 months, but he had extra bolts and a couple of brackets left over. And I wouldn't drive the car after that but it ran for years. We had it for years, and he replaced the engine. It saved us a ton of money. So, yeah.
Plus, you got a whole new life on the car.
Well, yeah.
So, Jacob, now I think you had some special thing you wanted to do on air?
I did, actually. My girlfriend's birthday's today.
Yay!
Oh.
Gina Banda. She's 28 years old.
Oh, baby.
28. It's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So does that
Happy
mean there's some
birthday.
special stuff going to happen tonna
Yeah.
We going to dinner or
we're
something?
We're going to go to dinner and stuff like that. And
Yay!
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy
Yes,
birthday,
happy
Gina.
Birthday.
She's got balloons and a cake. Says Fairy Princess on it.
Oh.
Oh, Alex just did that for his daughter, and she's how old? Almost, yeah, she's one. Yeah.
It never gets
We
old.
never grow up.
Well, and I personally don't want to grow up.
Me either.
I mean, I'm happy being whatever age I want to be.
Exactly.
It's all in your
12
mind.
is for some reason attractive. I don't know why.
It works for you, Lisa.
12, 21, 12, 21. Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll be that age if I know what I know now. I'll be 12 or
I just don't want to go back, that's
21.
for sure.
No.
So is there any contact information that you can give us of?
I've got the website buycommonsense.com, BUYCOMMONSENSE.com. And the radio show is on Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Common Sense Show.
Plus, you're on Facebook?
I am on Facebook, yep. I've got quite a few friends on there, and we negotiate and debate all sorts of different topics and discussions and stuff like that.
I enjoy doing that kind of stuff, and I know you do too. I think it's interesting to find out what other people think
I do, absolutely. Yeah, I live
and where
for
they're
it.
coming from.
I love it. Yeah.
And also, it makes more sense if you hear some of their stories and their experiences as to why they think what they think.
Why they think what they think, why they do what they do, why they behave the way they behave.
Yeah, I just find it fascinating.
Absolutely fascinating.
Me too.
Is that kind of what your show is like too?
Yeah, that is basically what my show is about. I mean, we take, we talk politics, religion, and social issues, and we talk about it on a personal level, which is one of those things that everybody says you shouldn't do, but that's what I like to do, so that's what I do.
Good for you. I think that's great. Anything else?
Thanks for having me on your show.
Well, we still got a little bit of time left. There's got to be something else that you'd like to hit on.
Tarbosh.
Tarbosh. Tell what Tarbosh is.
Tarbosh is the single best thing out of that book, in my opinion, and I think that people need to read the book to find out what there is to know about Tarbosh.
Nice.
He's a little teased. Yeah.
You got to read about Tarbosh. I mean, I think seriously that is the one thing that is going to, change things the most for people.
I think you're probably right.
So have you got to that part yet, Lisa?
I jumped ahead so I know what it was in case he brought it up because I wanted to ask him about it. But so just over the years, I'm going to throw out my little concept here. If you've got a house with a bunch of kids and husbands or wives or whatever, and you have that little problem where you ask them to do something and they don't do it, what can work is an imaginary maid. And people go, what are you talking about? Well, that way when somebody screws up, you can still complain about it, but you're not yelling at somebody specifically. You're saying that stupid maid that you must have hired, which means you've got to fire him, and you can even name them names. It's, maid Maria or Jane or Frank. They were supposed to pick up the laundry. They're supposed to do this. They're supposed to do that. They didn't do that. You both get to argue about it and scream about it and say how obnoxious it is. That person was so rude. They didn't do it. And somehow it does get done now that you've brought it to everybody's attention. And yet no one specifically is in trouble because you don't know which kid. It could have even been the cat for all you know. So I was just saying, it saves relationships. You don't have to complain about, you did it again, man. What's with that?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that takes place, in regards to the individual person that starts with how they think about themselves and about their situation and things like that. That's why the chapter on Tarbosh is so important. I think that if you're going to develop, if you're going to create something, you have to have a really clear understanding of who you are and what you're going to be and what you're going to do to pursue it.
I agree. It's that inner confidence.
Inner confidence. Absolutely.
And respect for yourself. So please go to this website. It's BUY, commonsense.com. Check out this book. I think it's well worth the time and effort. And I'm only halfway through it. I can hardly wait to go home and read more. And find Jacob Larson on Facebook. And we're coming up against a break. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Happy birthday, Gina, one more time from the Real Ladies of Lane County.
Happy birthday, Gina.
And we'll be right back after these messages.
River Road Health Mart Pharmacy.
Wow, a real live person answering the phone.
How can I help you?
A few of my friends were telling me how great River Road Health Mart is. I mentioned how my dad requires specially mixed medications based on his doctor's orders. They told me you specialize in those types of prescriptions.
Yes, they're called compound prescriptions. We have the training, expertise, and products to fill those special orders.
Can I bring you my dad's new prescription?
Absolutely.
Stop by River Road Health Mart Pharmacy, 884 River Road in Eugene, or call 541-636-3522.
Okay, so the world is changing and walk-in traffic isn't what it used to be. The yellow pages aren't working and you already spent the money on the website. So what's the next step? Net Visibility Group. Net Visibility Group increases traffic to all the people searching for what you do. Plus, it's free to find out more. Net Visibility Group studies your competition and designs a plan to increase traffic to your site and your door. So get your free consultation today at netvisibilitygroup.com or stop by 1450 West 7th across from Oldfields. That's netvisibilitygroup.com.
How do you make your business stand out? Have you considered professional, intense graphics for your business? You can now. PI Graphics can create and design window decals, banners, vehicle wraps, and more. You'll be advertising your business everywhere you drive or from your storefront 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Plus, PI Graphics soars ahead of the competition in quality and price, and that's just the beginning. PI Graphics designs corporate apparel, logo wear, promotional products, and items you haven't even thought of yet. Get a free quote and check out PI Graphics at 3990 Roosevelt Boulevard or call 541-954-5253. That's 541-954-5253. Or find us on Facebook. We're on the corner of Bertelston and Roosevelt. Let our intense graphics make your business stand out. We're PI Graphics, and we're here to get you ahead of your competition.
And we're back with the Real Ladies of Lane County. That was awesome.
I know. I learned a lot.
I'll have to pass the book on to you, or you can go to buycommonsense.com and get your own copy.
There you go. Yeah.
So I usually have current events, but I don't have any today, and I thought, we got some pretty nasty rain out there.
Why don't you have any?
Because I didn't get the paper today. I was too busy.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do winter driving tips, because this is the time of year you're supposed to switch out your wiper blades. A lot of people don't realize this,
switched bad.
but the sun bakes them and ruins them and makes them not very flexible. And if you want and have to, you can just clean them with a cotton ball full of alcohol, and it will clean all the grit and crap out of them, and they'll be smoother going back and forth on the windshield.
You know what? We have a caller. I hate to interrupt you, but it looks like we have a caller.
Yeah, it's a real one. It's a real caller?
They want Lady Gaga tickets, I'll bet you.
Hello, caller. You're talking to the Real Ladies of Lane County.
Did I get the tickets?
I'm sorry, honey. No tickets.
No tickets.
They're already claimed.
So who's that new girl on the show with a hot, sexy voice?
That would be Cindy.
Yeah.
Hi. But she
Is
goes
she
by
available?
Bambi. She goes by Bambi, though.
For this particular voice, she might be available, but in general, no.
Is she interested in Fred the pharmacist?
How about Fred the CPA or Fred the accounting guy?
How are you, Fred?
Just giving you a harassing call.
Yay!
I don't even know how you know the number.
Oh, I know everything. The all-knowing.
Oh, here we go.
He is all-knowing in so many ways. It's kind of frightening sometimes.
So,
well, if I don't get any tickets, I'm hanging up then.
Oh, all right. But it was nice of you to call
I got
in.
a duck ticket for you to the Colorado game.
There
How
you
about
go.
that?
Oh, okay. I'll take them.
Thanks for calling in, Fred.
Bye, Fred.
All right.
He's so funny.
That was cool.
My
So
husband.
if you can't get the new wipers, but the wipers are pretty inexpensive. They're maybe $10 or $15 for the pair. Maybe 20 if I guess you have a fancy car or something. I don't know.
Well, what I usually do is I'll go to the auto parts store and I'll buy my wipers, and then I'll go to the counter and I'll say to the guy, do you know how to put these on? Are they hard to put on? They'll usually say, oh, I'll put them on for you.
Because it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, so I let them put them on because I don't know how to put them on.
The second thing is while you're in that auto parts store, get some Rain-X because that is awesome stuff.
We have another caller. I'm sorry, Lisa.
We are popular.
I know.
Check the air pressure in your tires and make sure you checked all the fluids because it's winter.
Hello, caller. Hello,
Hi.
caller.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
We're the Real Ladies of Lane County. What can we do?
It's Katrina with Oregon CPR.
Oh, hey, Katrina. What's happening?
Right.
Not much.
What can we do for you?
I just wanted to say hi and just touch base and see if anybody needed CPR classes.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Do you want to give out your contact information?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Katrina at OregonCPR.com is my email address, and my phone number is 541-525-9081. And I'm working on my new website, but my old one's OregonCPR.net. The new one will be OregonCPR.com. But I just wanted to say you guys are doing a great job, and it's nice to hear you all on the radio.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Katrina.
And that's such a valuable service. Everybody should know CPR.
You never know
And
when it could save a life.
It's definitely changed because it's hands off now. So
yeah. Oh,
or no, it's hands only. Hands only. No breathing. That's right. Sorry,
you
not
have
hands
to use
off.
your hands to do CPR.
That's right.
Yes.
Just no mouth. No mouth anymore.
But there's also CPR. There's also first aid training and basic life support, and it is a valuable skill that everyone should have. People that are babysitting kids, or anybody really could use the service. I mean, there's a lot of nurses and pretty much anybody that works with kids or has kids should have the service as well.
Well, and as people get older as well. I mean, because there's the aging population. That's a good thing to know as well. So
right,
definitely
any age.
Because the CPR and heart attack is the number one killer in America, and stroke is number 2. But somebody has a heart attack every 34 seconds and a stroke every 40 seconds.
Yeah, I just lost my brother-in-law 2 months ago. He's 49 years old with a massive heart attack. It was very shocking. So
wow.
Yes, it's very
is he
sad.
Okay?
No, we lost him. He's gone.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So give out your website again, Katrina.
It's OregonCPR.net.
Okay.
And the phone number is 541-525-9081.
Very good.
And what's your tagline?
My tagline is helping you keep the beat.
There's the important part.
I love it. I love it. So I'm kind of thinking that we need to talk. The real ladies need to take your class.
Yes, absolutely.
It's been a long
time.
time.
I should come in and see you guys. Hi, you guys. I'd love to come in and I was talking to Lisa about it actually, and I haven't talked to her about an actual date when you guys have available, but I'd love to come in and be on the radio and get to talk to you guys and give you guys a class off the radio, of course.
Perfect. That would be great. That would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and you won Lady Gaga tickets. I just wanted to let you know.
Comes with a free egg.
She goes, I won them.
In Don Brandon's backyard. No guarantee that the singer will actually be there, but the eggs will be because she has chickens.
I have a chicken named Lady Gaga. No, I'm kidding.
You should.
I want eggs from Lady Gaga? That sounds very odd. I don't know if that's...
No, not knowing Lady Gaga.
That's not good. No.
Many levels.
No, she jumped out of an egg, so we know that she's egg-related.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we're all egg-related.
I think so. But anyway, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for talking to me. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That is so funny. I'm working on a stamp for her. So I have this little poem that I thought was interesting. Hopefully I don't screw it up trying to read it. Another year has passed and we're all a little older. Last summer felt hotter and this winter seems much colder. It was There was a time not long ago when life was quite a blast, and now I fully understand about living in the past. We used to go to weddings, football games, and lunches. Now we go to funeral homes and after-funeral brunches.
Oh, my God.
We used to have hangovers from parties that were gay. Now that we suffer body aches and while the night away. We used to go out dining and we couldn't get our fill. Now we ask for doggy pills and then we go home and take a pill.
Doggy bags.
We used to often travel to places near and far. Now we get sore asses just from riding in the car. We used to go to nightclubs and drink a little booze. Now we stay home at night and watch the evening news. And my friend, that's how life is. And now my tale is told. So enjoy each day and live it up before you get too damn old.
Oh, my gosh.
It cracked me up.
Very good.
So
Very good.
that's what I had to...
Aw. Brought a tear to my eye.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
What I think is funny is how true that is.
Yeah, I know.
For everybody.
Well, we're
It
still
is.
going out, though.
Well, I know.
I know.
But it's like...
It's true for everybody else.
Yeah, except for us, who are still, 21, right?
Exactly. Hello? Yeah.
That's right.
So, Cindy, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I don't know that much about what you do, so I'm going to take a couple minutes and chat with you. So, I know that you've done nutrition, right?
I'm a registered dietitian. There is a difference. It's a credentialed, I'm a credentialed nutrition expert. You have a college degree and you do an internship after college, and you have to pass a national credentialing exam and keep up with continuing ed credits every 5 years. And I'm also licensed in the state of Oregon. And I'm a Medicare provider, so that means that I can counsel people on diabetes and kidney disease, and Medicare would cover that. And then I also have some nursing homes that I do consulting at, and that involves looking at all the residents that come in to the nursing home. Most of them, all of them, are skilled nursing homes with a long-term care component. And people come, a lot of people have broken their hips or had a stroke or, knee replacement surgery, those kinds of things. And they need rehab because they can't go home because they may have stairs or whatever the issues are. They can't swallow. Their strokes affected them. So I just look at all their nutritional aspects of everything from their weight to how much protein, calories, vitamins, minerals, if they have wounds, diabetics, people on tube feedings, dialysis. We get a lot of very, very sick people come into the skilled nursing homes.
Is there something that pops up as number one that gets missed somehow by folks? That would be, hey, don't forget about this?
Well, I hope I don't miss things, but
No. I mean that it comes up as the thing that they need more
most of them just do. Most of them have no appetite, and they need a lot of extra nutrition. So we'll enhance the meals that the homes provide. We call them enhanced meals, or we'll do supplements, or we try to go with food first, and you try to make the food as appealing as you can. Most people don't realize that nursing homes have really, really tight budgets for their food.
Sure.
And some of them, it is pretty amazing what they can actually do with such little money. And then I do sanitation audits and help the homes through their state surveys if they have any issues. And I do audits and education for the staff and nursing and dietary staff. It's never the same. So
different every day.
It is different.
You had a question?
Oh, I was just curious on what you would recommend for people to start doing as a kind of a proactive thing before we end up in a nursing home type of thing in terms of diet and stuff like that. Is there
I
something
would
out
say
there
just try to eat as much variety as you can. You want to do a lot of fruits and vegetables. You want lean proteins. What you really would like to have on your plate is half the plate would be vegetables, and that could be a big salad and a vegetable, a little bit of some kind of starch, whole grain preferably, and lean protein, and get your low-fat dairy products. A lot of people...
What about bacon?
Bacon! I love bacon.
Sorry,
as long as it's not a steady diet. I mean, it's saturated fat, but if you're eating bacon, couple pieces once a week,
it's not too bad.
More power to you.
What if you do like 7 in one morning, like at Greeters this morning? No, I'm just kidding.
You did not have that much. I saw your plate.
I had 5, but still.
What about vitamin D? That's another big one for people in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
we don't get enough sun.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
And it affects your bones and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And it can also cause other issues.
Yeah, people can be prone to falls that are elderly if their vitamin D levels are low. It's not really found in very many foods, so that's why you want to have the vitamin D fortified milk and fortified dairy products. Not all dairy products are vitamin D.
Well, I know
fortified.
even in Alaska they have
And go in
sun
the
lamps,
sun.
but vitamin D, if you can get it by sun, is great. But if you live where it's really
People
rainy,
should have their levels checked for vitamin D through their physician, and they can put them on a supplement if they need it. And it is a very important nutrient. And I think from April through about October, if we go outside, we're okay. But
then you got November,
the other half
December,
of the year,
January, February.
The sun just doesn't. It's not intense enough for it.
Right.
For vitamin D.
You know, it's the same problem for my solar lamps. Not enough sunshine to make them go on.
That's right. Yeah, mine are already not coming on too good.
So we're getting close to the end here, and I need to say a shout out for Net Visibility Group. They are a search engine optimization company. They can build a website for you. They can find out the keywords for your business, and those keywords can be put in the system so that anytime anybody searches for it, you pop up first on Bing, Yahoo, and Google. Very good. And so please go to netvisibilitygroup.com. I was like, I have all three, and then it went. To learn more, or stop by. They've changed their address. I need to change this. Anyway, they have a free consultation available. So just go to netvisibilitygroup.com and learn more, because they can help you get more out of your website and get more traffic to your door, and that it results more sales, makes you more effective. Anything else you guys want to say? Jacob, you got to have something.
Weekend.
Bacon.
And Cindy says, have a great weekend.
I have to say bacon, too.
I like bacon.
Yeah, bacon's good.
Bacon.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
See, I'm all for having a good diet, and I'm all for eating healthy, but the moment they cut out bacon, they kind of lose me.
Nope.
I mean, it's
There's
the,
no
it's
bad
the Sesame,
foods.
or not Sesame Street, but the wah 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 wah. You know. Yeah, I immediately tune
Charlie
out.
Brown.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Charlie Brown.
Brown's
I
teacher.
immediately
Yeah.
tune out.
I don't know
when
why I
they
can
say
do that.
I can't eat bacon,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
I would never tell you that.
So that was my main concern when you were talking about the dietary stuff.
No, the main thing that probably everybody screws up on is half a plate full of veggies instead of a
That's-
McDonald's hamburger. Not the same.
Fruit/veggies, yeah.
Yeah, fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for listening today. Please join us again next Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. for more zany antics. I can't talk today.
No, you can't.
From the Real Ladies of Lane County. Until then, get real.
Be real and
stay real.
Very nice.
You've been listening to The Real Ladies of Lane County with Jeannie Marr, Don Brandon, Terry Volker, and Lisa King. Find us on Facebook or email us at realladiesradio@gmail.com. Better yet, tune in again next Friday from 4 to 5 on 1320 a.m. Check out our website at realladiesradio.com and have a great weekend. And thanks for listening to The Real Ladies of Lane County.